everyone, in this video we will cover the current affairs. Before we move ahead, let me inform you that these questions are part of our daily 20 MCQ series in GK Today's Academy Android application. So if you are looking for the text version of these questions and their explanations along with the interactive quiz, you may consider joining our daily 20 MCQ series in Academy Android application. So in this app course you get daily 20 MCQs, a fortnightly quiz, a monthly revision document and also category wise revision ebooks which are optimized for reading on your mobile itself. Apart from it, you are also able to access all archives of questions from January 2020 onwards. Please check our Telegram channel. The link is given in the description box. You can subscribe to it if you find it relevant. For hard copy books, you can visit our website gktbooks.com. Okay. So now without wasting any further time, let's get started.
Good morning everyone. So today we'll be discussing most important MCQs for 2nd and 3rd of January 2022. Starting with very first question. Narcotics Control Bureau functions under the aegis of which union ministry? Why it is in news? Because recently the Union Home Minister Amit Shah has asked all the states to form and notify a dedicated anti-narcotics task force in their respective jurisdictions. Why? To eradicate drugs from the country. And as per the official notification, this anti-narcotics task force can act as a narco coordination center secretariat at the state level. So it functions under the Union Home Ministry. Okay. Now apart from it, Government of India has approved the revamped distribution sector scheme to improve the efficiencies of DISCOMs by providing financial assistance. And two PSUs, REC and PFC, have been nominated as the nodal agencies to implement this particular scheme. Do remember that Assam and Meghalaya have recently been announced as the front runners for revamped distribution sector scheme. Okay. Now apart from it, Union Road Transport and Highways Ministry has recently released guidelines regarding flex fuel vehicle and flex fuel strong hybrid electrical vehicles, and the automobile manufacturers are advised to manufacture the vehicles complying with BS6 norms within a period of 6 months. Then apart from it, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs has launched the star rating protocol of Garbage Free Cities Toolkit 2022, and recently Prime Minister Narendra Modi has launched the Swachh Bharat Mission Urban 2.0 to create the garbage free cities. And aim of program is to make every urban local body at least 3-star garbage free as per the star rating protocol. Okay. So do remember that these programs comes under which particular ministry. This thing is quite important. Okay. Question number 2. Which state is the first state in India to observe Sahibzada Divas? So recently Uttar Pradesh has observed the Sahibzada Divas in remembrance of martyrdom of 4 sons basically, or you can say Sahibzada of Guru Gobind Singh. And Uttar Pradesh is the first state in India to observe this particular day since the year 2020, when Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath announced that the sacrifice of the Sikh Gurus should be part of the school curriculum. Now apart from it, recently Defence Minister Rajnath Singh laid the foundation of BrahMos Aerospace Cruise Missile Manufacturing Unit in Lucknow. And BrahMos is a joint venture between DRDO of India and NPOM of Russia to develop next generation supersonic missiles for the Indian Armed Forces. And the name was derived from Brahmaputra and Moscow rivers of India and Russia respectively. Then do remember that Karnataka is the only state to have passed the Protection of Right to Freedom of Religion Bill. And the bill seeks strict provisions for forced or induced conversions, as the state government wants to prohibit conversions by mispresentation, force, allurement, fraud means or marriage, etc. Okay. And talking about UP government, recently it has approved to implement Atmanirbhar Krishak Integrated Development Scheme in the state from 2021 to 2022. And it will basically help to achieve the center under Agricultural Infrastructure Fund. Question number 3. Where is Indravati Tiger Reserve located? So this tiger reserve is located in the state of Chhattisgarh with a total area of approximately 2799.08 square kilometers. So recently tiger counting was carried out in the reserve covering more than 400 square kilometers, which is the first time covering such a large area of the reserve. And as per the latest data, the reserve had total 3 tigers. Now apart from it, scientists have recently identified quantum entangled microscopic multicellular organism known as frozen tardigrade. And these organisms are found to tolerate extreme physiochemical conditions by being in a latent state of life known as cryptobiosis. Okay, so you can be asked what is frozen tardigrade that was seen in the news. It is a kind of microscopic multicellular organism. And now talking about Chhattisgarh, last month the government has launched Millet Mission with the objective of making the state a millet hub of India, and hence 14 districts of Chhattisgarh have signed a memorandum of understanding with Hyderabad-based Indian Institute of Millets to boost production of millets in their respective areas. Then also Chhattisgarh government was in news because of its Rajiv Gandhi Gramin Bhumihin Majdoor Nyay Yojana. So under this, 6,000 rupees will be provided to each of the 12 lakh landless laborers to benefit them along with their families. Okay. Now can you tell me, Atmanirbhar Krishi Yojana and Atmanirbhar Bagwani Yojana belong to which particular state? Please write your answers in the comments. Question number 4. Surya Regional Water Supply Project is being implemented in which state? So Surya Regional Water Supply Project is being implemented in Mumbai, which will provide 403 million liters per day water to the 2 municipal corporations at the western sub-region of Mumbai. So Mumbai Metropolitan Regional Development Authority has achieved the first tunnel breakthrough of the project, and the project is expected to be completed in phases till 2023. Now Maharashtra was also in news because the government of Maharashtra has tabled a report with recommendations of a joint selection committee to amend the Shakti Bill. And Maharashtra government Shakti Criminal Laws Maharashtra Amendment Bill of 2020 proposes to increase the punishment for offences such as rapes, acid attack, etc. And also it proposes capital, or you can say heavy fines and speedy trial for the perpetrators. Now apart from it, BMC has recently drafted Mumbai Climate Action Plan to tackle the climate challenges, and MCAP is a comprehensive roadmap that outlines specific activities to reduce the emissions and meet the goals of Paris Agreement. So it was drafted with the technical support from World Resources Institute India to address the climate problems. Then highest civilian award of Maharashtra, named as Maharashtra Bhushan Award, has been given to Asha Bhosle. Then also we have seen that a poet from Assam, Neelmani Phukan, has won the 56th Jnanpith Award, while the Konkani novelist Damodar Mauzo has won the 57th Jnanpith Award. Question number 5. Trace Gas Orbiter TGO was launched to analyze the atmosphere of which planet? Basically this orbiter is also called as ExoMars TGO, and it is a collaborative project between European Space Agency and Russian Roscosmos Agency. So this arrived at Mars in the year 2016 and began its full mission in 2018. So recently a new image taken by the spacecraft shows a small crater there, and the crater is partially filled with water ice. That's why it is in news. Now apart from it, IXPE, that is Imaging X-ray Polarimetry Explorer, is the first satellite dedicated to measure the polarization of X-rays from a variety of cosmic sources such as neutron stars and black holes. And this project is a collaboration between NASA and Italian Space Agency. Then also we have seen that NASA astronomers have recently developed a next generation impact monitoring algorithm called as Sentry-2, and aim is to evaluate the near-Earth asteroid impact probabilities. Also we have seen that the Indian astronomers have developed an algorithm that can increase the accuracy of data from the exoplanets, and the critical noise treatment algorithm reduces the contamination by the Earth atmosphere and hence the disturbances due to instrumental effects and other factors. So now it can be used to study the environment of exoplanets with more accuracy and precision. Okay. Question number 6. Tejas is a new program launched by India in association with which country? So under the new program of Tejas, the government has partnered with leading employers in the UAE to train, certify and place Indian workers in the Gulf countries. And it aims to train, certify and place nearly 10,000 Indian workers in a year and 1 lakh workers across the Gulf Cooperation Council region over the next 5 years. Okay. Now also UAE was in news because recently it has announced that it will no longer censor the films released in their cinemas, and it is seen as an effort of Kingdom to boost its brand as a liberal hub which is quite attractive to the foreigners. Then also UAE has announced its new working week of 4.5 days with Friday afternoon, Saturday and Sunday off. So do remember that UAE is the first nation in the world to introduce a national working week shorter than global 5-day week. Then UAE has entered into an agreement of arms deal amounting to $19 billion for procurement of 80 Rafale fighter jets and 12 military helicopters for its armed forces. So this deal is seen as the largest overseas sale of Rafale jets by France, and it is expected to directly support nearly 7,000 jobs there in France. Then apart from it, recently China has launched the first cross-border train as a part of Belt and Road Initiative that connects China and Laos. Belt and Road Initiative is a kind of infrastructure development strategy of China that was adopted in the year 2019. Question number 7. Zhiyuan-102E satellite is a new Earth observation satellite launched by which country? So China has developed a new Earth resources observation satellite named as Zhiyuan via its Changzheng 4C rocket. So this satellite along with an amateur radio CubeSat has been lifted off recently, and Zhiyuan is a series of remote sensing satellite that aim to acquire high resolution images, and these images can be used for surveying Earth resources, disaster management and land use monitoring. Okay, so correct answer is China. Now apart from it, Chinese scientists have recently discovered the world's first machine that can charge people with crime using artificial intelligence. So as per the scientist, this AI prosecutor can charge people with more than 97% accuracy, and it works on verbal description, and researchers also announced that it can also identify dissent against the state. Now China was also in news because 2 crew members of China's Shenzhou 13 spaceship have recently entered open space for the second time, and aim of the spacewalk is to carry out works for the construction of country's own orbital station named as Tiangong. Do remember that current crew includes Wang Yaping as well, who is also the first female astronaut to board the Chinese orbital station. Now apart from it, British consultancy Center for Economic and Business Resources predicted that China will become the world's top economy in dollar terms by the year 2030. And also it predicted that the world's economic output will exceed $100 trillion for the first time in 2022. And India is set to regain its place as the world's best 6th biggest economy after 2023. Okay. Question number 8. When is the International Day of Epidemic Preparedness observed? So this day is observed on 27th of December, and the first International Day of Epidemic Preparedness was marked in 2020. Based on the proclamation of United Nations General Assembly. So according to World Health Organization, the day marks the significance of preventing, preparing for and partnering against the epidemics. Now apart from it, do remember that 11th of December is observed as UNICEF Day. Then 14th of December is National Energy Conservation Day. 18th of December is celebrated as Minorities' Rights Day in India, to focus on the issues like safety of minorities in the state, etc. Then International Migration Day is observed on 18th of December to raise awareness about the protection of migrants and refugees. Also, International Day of Persons with Disabilities is marked on 3rd of December, and the day is observed to promote the rights and well-being of people with disabilities at every level of society and development. Then Day of Remembrance for all the victims of chemical warfare is observed by United Nations on 30th of November. and the day is marked to pay tribute to the victims of chemical warfare basically, and also the day highlights the pledge taken by Organization for Prohibition of Chemical Weapons to eliminate the threat of chemical warfare. Headquarters of OPCW lies in Hague, Netherlands. Then World AIDS Day is observed every year on 1st of December across the world, and the theme for this year was, I'm writing it here, End Inequalities, End AIDS and Pandemic. Okay. Can you tell me what was the theme of World Toilet Day for the year 2021? Please write your answers in the comments. Question number 9. World Sangeet Tansen Festival is being held in which state? So the host for this festival was Madhya Pradesh, and this is the 97th edition of World Sangeet Tansen Festival. So the stage has been constructed on the theme of Siddhant Temple situated in Omkareshwar, and National Kalidas Awards were also presented in the inauguration ceremony. Now Madhya Pradesh was also in news because the Prime Minister has inaugurated Bina Panki multi-product pipeline project here, and it is a 356 kilometers long project with a capacity of around 3.45 million metric tons per annum, and the project connects Bina refinery in Madhya Pradesh to Panki region in Kanpur, which lies in Uttar Pradesh. So the project has been built at a cost of over 1500 crore rupees, and it will enable the region access petroleum products from the Bina refinery. Now apart from it, Madhya Pradesh government has recently passed a bill to recover the property damages from protesters, and the bill also provides for setting up a tribunal which would look into the claims of property damages during riots or public protest. So State Assembly also passed a resolution that Panchayat elections will not be held without OBC reservation. Okay. Now apart from it, Haryana government has amended its Excise Act basically, reducing the age limit to purchase, sell or consume liquor from 25 years to now 21 years. So the Haryana Excise Act 1914 provides that the lease for manufacturing of any country liquor or intoxicating drug may be granted to any man above 25 years, but now the amendment has been done. Also do remember that recently Delhi reduced this age limit to 21 years. Coming to last question, which Indian bureaucrat has been appointed Deputy National Security Advisor? So India's former envoy to China, Vikram Misri, was appointed Deputy National Security Advisor in the National Security Council Secretariat. So he was an Indian batch Foreign Service Officer and has held several diplomatic positions earlier as well. So Mr. Misri was appointed as India's Ambassador to China in the year 2019. And the Ministry of External Affairs has earlier appointed Pradeep Kumar Rawat as the next ambassador to China. Okay. Now apart from it, recently Reserve Bank of India released a report on trend and progress of banking in India for the year 2020-2021, and it presents the performance of the banking sector including cooperative banks and NBFCs during 2020-21 and 2021-2022 so far. So in this, gross non-performing assets, that is GNPA ratio of scheduled commercial banks declined from 8.2% at end of March 2020 to now 7.3% at end of March 2021. And further, it declined at 6.9% by the end of September 2021. Now apart from it, the Uttarakhand Chief Minister has inaugurated the first such ecotourism zone in the state named as Surai Ecotourism Zone. Also he inaugurated the Kakra Crocodile Trail, which is the first crocodile trail of India where tourists can witness the species of crocodile marsh. So both the schemes are in line with the Chief Minister's Young Ecopreneur scheme. Now let us start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions, and at the end of the lecture do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked this session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, me Nuzad Sana signing off.